Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest today is Sandre Swanson, who is a former state assemblyman right here, City of Oakland, and is now a candidate for the state Senate, District 7. So, Sandre, we were talking about a number of issues, including the homeless encampments and stuff, which creates real problems. You have any ideas as to what the state can do to help us with that problem?
Well, one of the things that bothers me about how we treat the unhoused is the problem is continuing to grow as if we're just providing lip service to the problem, but
many times we are.
Not really addressing the problem. Now, the law says that if you want to move the homeless, you have to have a place to move them to.
Okay.
So part of the solution is making sure that we have a place, for people to move to, and that it's addressing all of the complications that are involved in being homeless. Sometimes people are homeless because they're living in their car, but they're the working poor. They actually have jobs, but they can't afford $3,000 a month for rent.
Right.
So we have to have affordable housing. Sometimes there is a substance abuse problem. And sometimes, that we have folks who just have a short time where they are, need little time to recover economically. And so as you develop additional places for the unhoused, you have to have services that are there that can address all these levels. And so I would push for that.
Will you push legislation for that?
Yes, I'll put legislation. I'll push legislation, and I'll make sure the state understands that housing should be part of the safety net.
Absolutely.
That the unhoused should have assistance to just as we would do for people in need, that based on other kind of poverty. Being unhoused should be part of our safety net.
Now, what about education? You mentioned that earlier, and education, as Malcolm X would say, is a key to our future. So
we need to have full service schools, and what I mean by that is that we need counselors, we need nurses, we need to return with gym, we need music.
We still don't have gym in school anymore?
Man, some schools don't have music programs, but we also have infrastructure problems. Now since we're in a post-COVID environment, we know now we need ventilation that is healthy. Some schools have mice and rats, so and the buildings need to be addressed. Teachers are forced to use their own money. And so we need nurses, and now we have.
Now, what can the state do to help?
We can make sure that in California, we become not in the bottom 10% of funding for education, but in the top 10 percentile for the funding for education in the nation. We can do that. We're the fifth largest economy. If we really prioritize education, we can make our schools so that all the schools are magnet schools, that they're attracting people because we have the services, and we're making the commitment, and we're paying the salaries that are necessary to do that. We're making sure that those responsible for teaching our children are adequately paid and they have adequate benefits and the like. And the state could do that, and I would work for that end.
And you said you wanted to be chair of the budget committee. I
would like to be chair of the budget committee because what other ambition, should one like myself have? I was chair of the labor committee when I was in the assembly, and I provided leadership. I had 100% labor voting record. I worked to make sure that our workplace were safe. I worked to preserve our pensions. I worked to protect workers from layoffs when we were in a recession and people tried to balance the state budget on the backs of workers. I made sure that it was done fairly and that we didn't lay workers off or we didn't contract out their services. Those were things that I promised to do, and I did. And now I'm promising to address these questions. And I think being the chair of the Budget Committee is a great ambition of mine.
And I agree with you 100% because the budget allocation is so critical to what happens in the school setting. And as I indicated before, Malcolm X said it best when he said, education is our passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And if we don't get our children prepared today, there will be no tomorrow for them. We're going to have to go to break, so don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Sandre Swanson, candidate for State Senate, District 7. We will be right back.